Okay, hi everybody. Thank you so much for either getting on live or listening to this recording. Some of you know me and some of you have never met me before and don't know my face. So just so that I'm not some random person just talking at you, my name's Pippa, which you all already know. My full name's Philippa Jane Richardson. If anyone wants to add me on Facebook, it's Philippa Jane Richardson. I'm 31 years old. I'm originally from Hull. I'm sure you can hear from my accent. I moved to Pontefract area, which is kind of Leeds-ish, if anyone doesn't know the area, about a year ago. I've known Dan Moxon, who's the owner and creator of this app, for about 6 years. We've been friends and business partners on and off throughout that time. And he's asked me to take on the role of sales director with Tableserv because he knows I've had lots of experience building and leading a business and a team of people before. And I took that team of people and that business from zero to a $40,000 a month turnover in around 2.5 years. So that's just my experience and why I have this role. Having said that, I do have that experience, but I'm also relatively new to this company as well, since about January. So I'm sure we'll all learn off each other on this really exciting journey that we're on together. And depending on your own previous experience, you may even have some suggestions and things that you want to share and bring to the table. So this is kind of ours. We can do this together. It's really exciting. Okay. So hopefully my slides, yes, work. Okay. So what is Tableserv? Some of you probably have an idea by now. Some of you maybe don't, so I'm just going to run through it. So Tableserv is a hybrid app for ordering food and drink. So basically it's a mixture of both Just Eat, the takeaway app, and Wetherspoon's app, which is for table service. It's kind of both incorporated into one. And it's a portal, so that means that it's a menu of all locations and restaurants and takeaways in one place, because you don't want to have one app for Wetherspoons, one app for Nando's, one app for Starbucks, it's a portal with them all on. So that's the idea. And you get the best of both worlds because it's for ordering takeaway and table service. Again, you don't want multiple apps for the two different aspects, which hasn't been done before, which is really exciting. So from a customer point of view, with Tableserv, you can order from your mobile for collection or delivery of a takeaway, or you can order to your table in the restaurant, as I've said. So for the business, so that's from a customer point of view, but for the business point of view, it's organisation and order management for their front and back of house. It also saves the restaurant money with both less staff wages and less staff errors, because the app replaces human error with cash handling, mishearing orders, forgetting orders, or even robbery. So it also speeds up the service and therefore the customer satisfaction. So there's loads of benefits to this app for the business and for the customer. It's available through the UK in any hospitality location, 24/7, 365 days a year. It's open all year. The app can be downloaded with the App Store or the Google Play Store directly to a mobile or tablet device. Orders will be placed on the app and paid for instantly. Okay. So the market, this is the exciting bit. So we're launching ourselves into an 85 billion, with a B, an 85 billion pound market. 5 billion in the UK takeaway market, and 3.8 billion within the UK app ordering market. So Tableserv combines all markets in one app, as I've mentioned, unlike any of the current apps at the moment, which are just specific to one part of this billion-pound industry. So even half of the market, if we can tap into that, would mean major profits. So having the entire market potential is absolutely huge. So at this point, guys, I just want to cast the vision a little bit. So this is how these huge companies start. This is where it starts. They all start somewhere with a couple of people who are passionate and have an idea and want to run with it. So this is how Just Eat began, and look at it now. It's absolutely a household name. Imagine if you had a slice of that pie when Just Eat just started and no one had heard of it yet, and now it's massive. This is your opportunity to have that with Tableserv. I'm sure you all know about how Facebook started as well. So there were like 3 guys in a university bedroom, and a guy or two walked away and didn't think anything of this idea of Facebook. And now the other 2 guys who stuck around are millionaires, billionaires even. So just remember, these things start with a small idea and a couple of people in a room. Walt Disney as well, he stood in basically the desert in the middle of nowhere in California, I believe it was, and he told his friend, he said, I'm going to build a theme park here, I'm going to build something called Disneyland, and kids and grown-ups are going to love it. And his friend said, no one's going to pay for that, it's a ridiculous idea, and walked away, walked back to his car. And they say that every step he took back to his car cost him billions. So the point is, we want vision and passion and drive. Don't be the person that walks away or doesn't really take off with this, because a couple of years from now, when you see Tableserv logos everywhere, just like you see Just Eat logos everywhere, in the restaurants, in every restaurant you go in, you're going to absolutely kick yourself. You're going to look at that logo and you're going to think, I could potentially have made thousands or even millions with that company if I'd run with it. And I didn't take it seriously at the time when it was small. So that's just me casting a bit of vision for you all. Okay. Sorry, turned my page too soon. So yeah, current market options. What do people have as their current market options? So they have Just Eat, Deliveroo, Uber Eats, and the Wetherspoons app. The Just Eat online portal for takeaway orders completed its 1 billionth order in early 2019, founded in 2001. So it's taken, obviously, time. It's taken a few years to get going. So yeah, this might take a couple of years, 5 years even. Call it a 5-year plan. With over 29,000 restaurant partners worldwide, their commission fee is 14% to the restaurant. That's what they charge to the restaurant. And their service charge fee is 50p. So Deliveroo, online portal for takeaway orders, not Tableserv as well, not table service as well, and dominant in the premium takeaway market with big names such as KFC, Wagamama, Zizzi's. Adds an extra service of integrated deliver service for its restaurant partners through its riders. So their commission fee, their fee to the restaurant is 30%. Uber Eats, 2014, with over 46,000 restaurant partners worldwide. It's an online portal for food ordering and delivery as part of its simple package. Their commission fee, also 30%. Obviously, Tableserv is a lot less than this, so this is how we can compete in the market. Lastly, Wetherspoons, launched in 2019 as a mobile app, bit more like what the direction we're going in, but not as good. Customers can order and pay at the table rather than the typical order at the till process, which nobody wants to leave the table and miss out on conversation. Nobody wants to queue at the bar. You know, I mean, it takes 15 minutes to get a drink sometimes. You can just stay at your table, order, get it delivered to your table. Brilliant. Okay. So as I've mentioned, all of these have much higher commission fees than Tableserv, and the existing apps don't have the umbrella factor that we have. So we're a win-win, basically. Tableserv is a win-win because it's less expensive to the restaurant and a better service for the customer. So our initial target market, okay? As we start out, we need to think about quick sales for our first targets. So we want independent businesses or small chains in concentrated areas that will have regular customers to the app. So we want independent businesses. We don't want the large chains that everyone's heard of. We don't want the KFCs and the Wagamamas and things like that yet. Okay, go for independents. So please make a note of this if you're writing notes. please make a note of this. We want, at first, places such as restaurants and cafes need to be our first targets. They will earn us more money through the app than takeaways. So please go for restaurants and cafes first, not takeaways at the moment. We want, for example, restaurants, cafes, bars with around 30 to 50 seats are ideal. They'll have an average turnover of between 7,000 to 15,000 a week. And local businesses with private ownership and order at the till businesses. Again, not kind of £400 to £1,000 a week takeaway businesses. It's just not enough at the moment while we get started. We need to really get the ball rolling quickly to cover the cost of launching the business. Okay. So, future target market. Once we've conquered the restaurants, cafes and bars, we'll then add takeaways, hotels, events companies. We'll undertake independently owned and chain stores. Our reach will stretch to even sweet shops, butchers, greengrocers and fishmongers. Anything that could benefit from the app should be utilised. Okay. So, the finances. Our fee to the restaurant, so this left-hand side of the slide here, is between 6 and 10%. So Tableserv generates sales via commission on the sales derived through the app. So obviously, all the orders that are paid for through the app, Tableserv is going to take 6 to 8% of that order. And that's how it's going to generate commission. So the higher the turnover of the business through the app, we have an ability to reduce the commission fee from 10% to maybe 8% and maybe even down to 6% for some nationals, depending on the numbers and the locations. So you want to be going in at 10%. 10% is our fee. That's fantastic. We compete with all the other apps, as I've mentioned, who charge 15 to 30%. We're only 10%. You want to go in with that. But then if the restaurant is kind of playing hardball and they're a bigger restaurant, you can say, okay, just for you, we'll reduce it to 8%, things like this. But obviously you will get more training on this on another call. And then the other side of this slide, to the salesperson, which is you guys, 10% sales commission. Okay, so Tableserv offers a recurring commission scheme for each location you sign up that uses the app. Obviously, the orders have to be going through the app at that location. So you generate a commission based on the sales sent through the app for a period of 6 months. So that doesn't mean your job is only going to last 6 months. What that means is you sign up location 1 and you get paid on every order that goes through that app at that location every week for 6 months. And then let's say 4 months down the line, you sign up location number 34 or whatever you're on, you'll get paid for 6 months after that on that one. So it's a recurring rolling thing. You can sign up as many as you like for as long as you like, but you get each location for 6 months. However, a bit of healthy competition for you guys. The top 10 performers within the first 6 months of us launching will have their commission extended to 12 months on each location. So you want to be in the top 10 because then you get paid on the work you've done once, selling to the location once, you get paid on that for 12 months. So work once, get paid for 12 months recurring income. And then obviously you don't have to keep going back to that store. You then go to another store, sale and close, go to another store, sale and close. And that's how over time you can get to these 400 locations that you've sold and closed to, and that's $1 million in commission. So very exciting. Okay. Yep. Okay, so continue. Yeah, there's no cap on what you can earn. Okay. All right, okay. I thought there was another slide, but there isn't. Okay, so with this job as a sales partner, you can do how much you want in your own time. So you really are your own boss, self-driven, self-motivated. The more you do, the more you can earn with the ask, basically. So the first thing I'd highly recommend that you all do, because again, my past experience has taught me that being your own boss and working on your own schedule and your own time and your own targets, the hardest thing about being your own boss is being self-motivated when nobody's there telling you what time to turn up and telling you what targets to hit and stuff. So to get yourself self-motivated, the first task I think you all want to do is write all the reasons why you're doing this. Why is this going to benefit you? Okay, so you want to write down all your motivators and literally write them out on paper, because there's just something about writing things down, not just thinking about them in your head. So a good way to find out what you do with the money, or if money was no limit, is to ask yourself, what would I do if I inherited £30,000 right now? Or what would I do if I won the lottery? What are those things that instantly come to mind that you do if money wasn't an issue in your life, or it wasn't a limiting factor? So is it to be successful? Is it to earn more than a brother or sister who's a favourite? Maybe, like that's been something in the past. I'm an only child, so it's not relevant to me. But is it to buy some cosmetic surgery? Is it to get out of debt? To be able to afford holidays and travel? To be able to quit your 9-to-5 that you maybe hate? To be able to retrain in something else that's your passion, like maybe being a personal trainer or in nutrition or something like that. Is it to have capital to invest in a different business or property? Is it to buy a house? Is it to rent a nicer house? To pay for a new kitchen? Pay for the garden to be done? To have a nicer car? To retire early? To pursue a passion of like music career or painting or whatever your passion might be. So yeah, really think about why you want to do this, what the money is going to give you, because money gives you choices, and then look at that piece of paper daily, stick it on your fridge, stick it in your office, wherever you need it to be, and remember that every day, that's why I'm doing it. So when you don't feel like it, on some days when you've been at work all day and you don't feel like doing it after work, you're going to see that on your fridge and you go, I don't feel like it, but that's why I'm going to do it even when I don't feel like doing it, because that's the long-term payoff. Short-term sacrifice, long-term gain. Okay. Yeah, so just thoughts to end with. So it's going to be a really exciting journey that we're all going to be on together. It could be hard work, but there's so much cash to be made, and the things I'm going to teach you along the way, based on my past experience, a life coach type of things that you can take or leave, but they're going to help you reach your full potential, not just with Tableserv, but throughout your life as well. Like some of the skills I'll teach you of how to be a successful person will transfer into all areas of your life. So I'm hoping to really create a sense of community and team spirit while we all do this together as well. So we don't feel like we're working alone, we're a team, and it's exciting and we're building, and this is our opportunity. Okay, so the next call is going to go into more depth about how to pitch to the restaurants, how to close the sale, and how to sign them up. So this was literally just the introduction call. I'm going to stop the recording now and open up to any questions that anyone might have. If you're listening to the recording, get back to me, let me know that you've heard the recording. So let me know that you've caught up, and then ask me any questions as well, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Feel free to post anything you want in the WhatsApp group. I would love it if people feel comfortable with sharing why they're doing it in the WhatsApp group. I might lead by example and do it first. So yes, hope to hear from lots of you soon.